Hi, my name is Rosenberg. Welcome to my latest YouTube video and podcast. Today I'm going to talk to you about covert narcissism. More specifically, I'm going to talk to you about how covert narcissists manipulate people during the holiday seasons. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to call them Christmas narcissists or holiday narcissists. So just as a review, let's go through the terms. When I use the word narcissist, I'm almost always referring to a pathological narcissist, or as I had written in my book, The Human Magnet Syndrome and the Codependency Revolution, it's an individual has one of three personality disorders: narcissistic, borderline, and antisocial personality disorders. We now know that there are other names that we use to describe people with NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, and that would be someone who's a covert narcissist, a productive narcissist, and many other terms that are legitimately created within the mental health community or people have made up on YouTube. But in this video, we're going to refer to a person with narcissistic personality disorder who has sociopathic traits, or what is commonly known as a covert narcissist. So a holiday narcissist or a covert narcissist is a very, very challenging person because during the holidays, they can exert their false, fake, loving, altruistic, sweet, kind, generous persona in a way that solidifies all of the previous manipulation, hard work at getting people to believe something that's not true. As a reminder, a covert narcissist is someone with NPD who has sociopathic traits, but is someone who pretends to be a person who is giving, kind, loving, teaching, charitable, sweet, philosophical. They create masks to successfully hide their inner narcissistic traits. So someone who is a covert narcissist has narcissistic personality disorder. They have all of those traits: the grandiosity, the entitlement, the selfishness, the egotism, the egocentrism, the vanity, on and on. They have all of those traits, but they know that if they should show them, it would sabotage their efforts to be successful in a certain role or career, to be something they're not. Okay, so now let's move to the thesis of this video: holiday or Christmas narcissist. So the holiday or Christmas narcissist is a covert narcissist who is pretending to be generous and jolly and sweet and giving. They're the types that might invite you to their home and create a party where you feel so welcome, and there are so many other people there, and everyone is so grateful and appreciative of this narcissist because they've gone out of their way to do all of this beautiful extras to make the house, the party, the gathering warm. And everyone is so grateful and they're impressed because this secret covert narcissist or Christmas narcissist, or for that matter, a Jewish Hanukkah narcissist, or any holiday narcissist, they have created this environment where everyone looks up to them and sees how wonderful they are. You go to their house, you see what's on the walls, their fake happy family photos. You see the fake representation that you don't know is fake, but the narcissist knows. So these holiday narcissists, they can be one of two. They can be categorized in one of two ways. One are the ones that turn on the fake niceness, the fake kindness, the fake generosity. They're the ones that buy you presents when you don't really know them that well. They're the ones that are sweet and kind in how they address the holidays, and they can be very festive and wear their ugly Christmas sweater and be so proud of it. But really, they're wearing that sweater to get a lot of attention. They can try to manipulate others to give them gifts because that they were reminded how generous and giving the covert narcissist or the holiday narcissist was throughout the year. They can be passive aggressive. They can communicate either one-on-one, in groups, or in mass through emails about the beauty, the wonder, and the sweetness of the holiday season. even quote biblical scripture and try to manifest a role of the ultimate giving, loving, Santa Claus-esque person. If you're not onto these covert narcissists, you wonder what drives their generosity. Why are they so nice? And you appreciate it. But if you are onto them, you know that there's something is missing, because underneath the smile, the cheer, the optimism, the sensitivity, there's a person acting. There's a person pretending. There's a person who isn't happy. There's a person who doesn't necessarily like you. And if you look really closely, you'll see that that smile is superficial. Now, there are some Christmas or holiday narcissists that are very, very good actors. But remember, covert narcissism requires some level of sociopathy. And there are different levels of sociopathy, therefore different levels of covert narcissism. The passive-aggressive holiday narcissist is going to be really nice to you, buy you a card, put some candy on your desk, say some sweet things to you in public, but it's going to stab you in the back when it hurts the most. An example of a covert passive-aggressive holiday narcissist is you won't be invited to the party. You will be told you're invited to a party or a gathering, but there will be a reason for why you cannot go. You will be given something different. If you work in a group of people who all get gifts, your gift is going to be something different, and it's going to be clear that the narcissist did not show the same level of concern and detail. Or you'll get something that you don't like that you thought the narcissist would know, but they pretended they didn't. The holiday narcissists are dangerous when they try to imbue themselves with religion. They start quoting the scriptures, whether it's from the Jewish, Christian, Muslim, Hindu, whatever the religion is that they are representing in their Christmas covert narcissism. But when they start quoting the Bible with regard to Christianity and the miracle birth of Jesus Christ, for which this holiday is, for which Christmas is about, and they start extolling the religious virtues and religious ideology, and even using texts of the Bible to show that they are more than just being this kind and loving Christmas narcissist, but they are also deeply spiritual. You should know then, with these type of narcissists, that they are using these biblical references, these religious references, as a part of their covert narcissism, as a part of building up this image of this beneficent, giving, loving, sweet, kind Christmas narcissist, or otherwise known as really nice person. And they not only are generous and thoughtful, but they're connecting their holiday narcissism to the Bible, for which the holiday was created. And these are not really religious individuals. You might not be able to tell this, but if they are bringing in religious content into their gig, into their fake presentation of their holiday narcissism, they get to play a deeper role. They're known now as people who are pious and religious and God-fearing or God-respecting. And it adds to another level to the fake facade or costume that they wear. Holiday narcissists give presents to get presents. So yes, they're going to give you a present, but they are going to make sure that you know what they want. And more often than not, the present that they want far exceeds the value of the present that they give. They will manipulate a person by reminding them about what they want and how much it means to them, and will lay hints, be kind of covertly manipulative, or just be really direct. Because remember, most narcissists can control most codependents. And the codependent who is a victim of a holiday narcissist has no idea that they're going to be manipulated and they're going to spend a lot of money on presents for people that they don't really like, but they feel compelled to be generous to, or they've been manipulated or gaslit to be generous to. So that's the human magnet syndrome narcissist dynamic that I talk about in both of my books, The Human Magnet Syndrome and The Codependency Revolution. But the idea of gift giving, and certainly traumatic experience, if you are a victim of a holiday narcissist who has set you up to give them a gift that they have wanted, that's going to require a sacrifice for the SLD or the codependent or the victim. With regard to presents, holiday narcissists also are very focused on getting what they want, but just as much as they can be, especially if they have the financial resources, at giving people a lot of presents, especially giving a lot of presents to a lot of people. So let's think about this. They're covert narcissists. They have to pretend to be nice, likable, kind in order to maintain that role that allows them to get something, a career, finances, prestige. So if they have the financial resources, they are going to buy a lot of people presents, and they're going to be thoughtful presents. Now, this is a different angle than what I just talked about a few minutes ago. These presents are going to be guided by this malignant laser type of manipulative thinking. They know what someone wants. They know what someone has wanted and has not received. And should they give that present to that person, and that person then is grateful, sometimes over the top happy, they've now created a power and control. They now created a power and control dynamic. And they remind, often passive aggressively or covertly aggressively, they remind that person that they owe them. It's very subtle. So if you get this wonderful present, say it's a $250 watch, and you don't really know the narcissist that well, but that narcissist is your supervisor, or it's a friend that lives on your block that you sometimes meet at a social events, and they buy you this expensive present, and they kind of rub it in your face about how much they wanted you to have this and how much joy they have for you to have it, and something just doesn't feel right. It's just like a boundary violation. It just doesn't feel right. They're giving you something, but they don't have a relationship to support it. But of course, you have to accept it because those are the rules of the holiday season. You can't say no. You can, but that narcissist is going to remind you about that present. They're going to be direct or indirect about it, and they're going to use that as a way to manipulate you in the future. manipulate you to like them, manipulate you to do them a favor. So those narcissists, those holiday narcissists that are very generous and give gifts, a lot of them, and expensive gifts, there often comes with a catch. Remember that. My dad used to say, and when I was a teenager, I used to try to prove my dad wrong, like I guess all normal rebellious teenagers, and he used to say, there's no such thing as a free lunch. And I would argue with him. And of course, as I got older, I realized even despite his narcissism, he had some really good sayings that stuck with me. But using that saying, there's no such thing as a free lunch. There's no such thing as an extremely generous gift from a person that you don't know really well that does not have strings attached. Other manifestations of the holiday or Christmas narcissist is they love to dress up in Christmas or holiday outfits and colors. They love to decorate. They love that their house has the most lights and you know, I have to be honest. I'm Jewish, and so I struggle at some of the terminology. But whatever you call all the things that are on someone's lawn when they want to light up their house, but they go all out. And it's not about the Christmas spirit, because it's beautiful. I think it's gorgeous to see when someone takes pride and they set up their house and they put their Christmas lights. But it is to say, look at us. We have the best. We have the most. So I often look at these houses that are over the top. I often think there's some narcissist behind it, just like I look at people who dress in a certain way or whose style of skin art or tattoos are done in a certain way. I often will look at it and interpret it as they want you to look at them. By the way, how you dress or if you have a tattoo, it is in no way dysfunctional. I'm talking about certain people and how they get people's attentions, how they're able to get people to focus on them for their own narcissistic needs. So the holiday narcissists are going to deck the halls of balls of holly. They're going to deck out their houses with lights, and they're going to make sure that you know, and they're going to remind you. They're going to try to win a contest. Again, there are normal people that do this, but I am talking about patterns. Because if you think about it, the goal of decorating one's house is to get into the holiday spirit, is to have fun. If you have kids, make it fun and memorable for them. But when you go way over the top, the goal becomes, look at me, we are better, we have more. And there is going to be a narcissist behind that. Another manifestation of a holiday narcissist is the type of person that up until the holiday season didn't really have anything to do with you, or was just kind of neutral in their involvement with you. But all of a sudden, festive and they're happy. They're talking to you. They're asking you about your family. They're asking you about your personal life. They invite you to a party. They create a party at work if they're your supervisor. They all of a sudden become this happy, holiday imbued person where it's almost like they were given permission to be this joyous, happy, giving, over the top, constantly happy holiday saying, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah saying person, where they are just kind of over the top. And these people sometimes seem kind of weird. You know, it's like up until the holiday season, they're kind of quiet and they're not really that sociable. But in the holiday season, they get to turn it on. It's almost as if they can come out of their normal, selfish, self-centered, real side, and then turn up this happy, this generous, this holiday narcissism. And it's during a holiday where no one is going to suspect. And lastly, holiday narcissists are frightening. They're frightening because they give you a gift and it usually means you owe them or there's going to be payback. They're frightening because the way that they are generous and the way that they are sweet and the way they are kind comes with expectations or a future consequence. I started this video off reminding you that holiday narcissists, as I call them, Christmas narcissists, are covert narcissists. There always is a reason for what they do nicely, kindly, generously. And the ones who have a higher degree of sociopathy have the most frightening ulterior motives. And those people you should be very wary of, afraid of. When they give you something really nice and you go in your mind, what? Why are they giving me this? This is like a $300 watch. I barely know them. Trust me, they're not doing it for a reason. They're not just going out there and buying people $300 watches. They have something in plan. They have a plan. And you're going to have to do something good for them. And they're going to tell you when the payoff. You're going to know whether they tell you directly or indirectly of how you're going to pay them back. So be very careful during the holidays because holiday or Christmas narcissists abound. They hide under their Christmas sweater. They hide under their smile, their generosity, their giving nature. They hide behind their Christmas lights. They're dangerous, and they're more dangerous because Christmas gives them an opportunity to come out full force in their dysfunctional, malignant, covert narcissism grandeur. I hope this video helped, and I hope your holidays are wonderful, and that should there be a Christmas narcissist or a holiday narcissist among your family members or friends, just observe and don't absorb. Take the gift if they give you one, and just know that if there are strings attached, observe, don't absorb, and keep those boundaries clear. Avoid them if possible, but definitely the key is knowledge. If you know what they are and what they do and how they try to entrap you or manipulate you, then a video like this should help. If you are interested in more of my content, especially my exclusive content that's not available to anyone unless you're subscribed to my Patreon channel, I'd like for you to consider becoming a Patreon member. I offer exclusive content, information, services, videos, and stuff that I do behind the scenes that I don't release anywhere else, only available to my Patreon subscribers. So check that out. There's a link in our description, or just go to selfloverecovery.com and you'll learn more about my Patreon subscription program. Also, if you'd like to know more about what I do, how I do it, the psychotherapy and the treatment for self-love recovery or codependency, go to selfloverecovery.com also. Or just write us at help@selfloverecovery.com. So have a joyous, happy, and safe holiday, and be well. Bye-bye.